This is Lola Lee T. Hey everyone, Jela was on Instagram Live and she talked about the Baddies West auditions. She pretty much publicly apologized to the people that have been saying that she was rude and dismissive at the auditions in Oakland.
Okay, so I just seen somebody say, why was I nexting people like that on the auditions? So y'all have to remember that the shows are edited, and a lot of times, or in on this day in particular, when we were in the auditions, I wasn't nexting people right away. Like, I was actually hearing some of the girls out, and I wasn't being rude to them. But a lot of like the stuff that we were seeing, it was getting really redundant, and thousands of people coming to the audition, everybody singing the same tune, saying the same stuff. You get tired of hearing that. Like, you already seen the girl before you get nexted for basically the same shit that you feel like you finna come up there and say. So why would you get up there and say the same thing that another person just said before you, and we just told them no? Does that even make sense? No, that does not make sense. Furthermore, some of them girls just really didn't have it. And if I was rude to anybody or whatever the case may be, charge it to my head, don't charge it to my heart. It ain't even personal. I'm pretty sure if I met some of y'all like in another scenario or whatever the case may be, like, the interaction probably could have been totally different. But the fact of the matter is, we are at a casting. There are thousands of people here, and there are limited spots. So, to avoid wasting more of my time and more of your time, if you get up there and I know that you're not what we're looking for as preliminary judges, I'm going to say next to you. You came up here, I'm looking at you, I see the material, and it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Next. Yeah, you got to learn how to not take personal. It's always business, and it's never personal. You can't get mad because someone told you next. You were not what we were looking for that day. Period. But like I said, I didn't next every single person. Some of the girls came up there and they actually had good personalities. They came up there popping their and some girls stood out. Those girls didn't get nexted. If you came up there and you weren't what we were looking for, and I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. Yeah, I may have been rude to a few girls. I was drinking. That's no excuse for it. So, like I said, if I was rude to you at the audition process, and if you feel like I was rude to you, if you were someone that was actually at the auditions, not anybody that was watching at home, if you came to the audition and you feel like I nexted you or I was rude to you and it was unwarranted, then this is my public apology, because that is never my intention. Y'all know how nice of a person I am, and y'all know how cool of a person I am based off of what y'all see on TV. But yeah, I wasn't trying to be rude. I was real. I looked around and I'm looking at the girls. Next. Y'all can go home. Like, it is what it is. I had a job to do, and I think that I did what Zeus paid me to come to do. Sit at the preliminary table, look at the girls, see what they have going on, and try to get some good girls to come in for next season. I wasn't being rude, or I wasn't being rude intentionally. Like I said, if anybody felt like I was being rude to them, then I apologize. But what y'all also have to understand, like I said before, it's business. It's not personal. We don't know any of y'all. We don't owe any of y'all anything at the end of the day or the beginning of the morning. So when it comes down to it, yeah, you probably feel like, come in. Yeah, you probably feel like when you come to the audition that you're going to be the best person there, or that you're the right person for the job. Be careful sitting on that, it's still broken. You can grab that chair. When you come to the auditions, or when people come to auditions, a lot of times you feel like you are the best person for the job, or you feel like you're automatically going to get a spot because of who you are, what you have going on. And it's not always like that. Come on with the bag, Farrell.
I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you on the
I'm on live. I'm off the Zoom.
What's your Instagram live?
I'm on live now.
All right.
But I'm just trying to clear the air a little bit. So yeah, that's just my whole thing about it. At the end of the day, it was a lot of girls there. We had a job to do. I feel like everybody did their job. I'm not in control of other people and what comes out of their mouth, their actions, and what they do. I can only hold myself accountable, and I can only move in that energy and through that space. So, yeah. If you got nexted, it was for a reason. It's an audition. It's a casting. I have auditioned for a lot of things and stood in line for hours. New York Fashion Week, plenty of I've done, New York Fashion Week plenty of times and gone to auditions and just knew that I bagged it, and the people didn't call me back and the people weren't interested in me. But you learn to not take stuff like that personal, because people have a vision for what they want for their brands or for their companies. And so just because I feel like when I go to an open call that I'm a great model, that I should have booked the job, the people casting had a vision and I didn't fit into what they were looking for. So I didn't get those modeling jobs. So you have to be okay with rejection, because in my opinion, I feel like rejection is always God redirecting your steps to things that are a better suit for you. But every time that you get told no, it's not always going to be a no. It might be a no right now, but it might not be a no forever. And you never know what other shows Zeus may have coming up that you may be a better fit for. You might not have been a good fit for Baddies. They might have another dating show come. You might want to audition for the dating show. That might be a little bit better for your personality. Different things. So just because you didn't get picked to go to the next round for Baddies or whatever, look at ways that you can improve on your skill set. Look at ways that you can challenge yourself so that the next time you go to an audition or whatever the case may be, you're able to book whatever it is. But even if you're not, don't let one person or a group of people telling you no deter you from furthering your career. And because the only reason I'm getting on here saying this is because I've seen a lot of people get on the internet and say that we were being mean or we were being rude or, we were just nexting people and, we were being unprofessional or whatever the case may be. I don't necessarily, like I said, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. I don't think that I was being unprofessional. I was a little tipsy towards the end of it because we had been drinking or whatever, which, like I said, that's still no excuse. But I think overall, just knowing how good the show was for Baddie South and how we really just kind of like did numbers. We did 52 million. We had 52 million viewers, and they watched for 21 million hours. I've never even heard of numbers like that before. So it's like going into the next season, like it's big shoes to fill. It's a lot riding on this, like, because y'all are expecting for us to up the ante every single season. You want something better every season. You don't want you don't want to see the same stuff or whatever every single season. You want layers, you want new dimensions. So I think that I did a good job at that. And you're right. Somebody said you were judging girls off of their appearances. You're right. I was judging girls off of their appearance because that is how the world works. When you go to a restaurant out to eat, when you look at that plate, you judge it before you taste it. When you're dating somebody or when you see somebody, you judge them based off of how they look before you get to know them to even see if you're interested in dating them or not or getting to know them. It's no different than a casting call. That is what the preliminary casting or the preliminary thing was for. And then you go to the next room and you talk a little bit more with those people. And guess what? This is what you call like a cattle call. Okay? So these girls were in what you call a cattle call. They go in here and they get picked. And then even once they get picked, it's still so many more people. It's still so many more layers that go into it. And guess what? A lot of those girls that even got a pink ticket, a lot of those girls still aren't going to make it onto the show because what if 200 girls got a pink ticket? You think we're going to be filming? And I can't say we because I don't even know if I'm going to be on the next season. But just hypothetically speaking, do you think that it's going to be 200 girls on the cast? No, it don't work like that. It's more that goes into that audition, into that casting process. It's a lot that goes into it. So I just want everybody to know that it's a business. Don't take it personal. If you feel like I was being rude to you, if you feel like I was rude, then I apologize for that. But I really wish that a lot of people would learn to be okay with rejection, and to know that just because you weren't cast for something doesn't mean that something else better won't come along for you. That's really it. I wish everybody the best with all of their future endeavors. I hope that whatever it is that you're looking for within the entertainment industry, or just with your own personal goals, that you're able to attain those things and you reach the highest pinnacle of success that that your heart desires. That's all I have to say. But I'm at work, and I hope that everybody has a great day. I just really can't stand to keep reading all of these comments about me being rude to people, because I'm really not a rude person. But yeah, y'all have a great day, and I will definitely tap in with you guys another time. I'm at work and I'm tired and I feel like I need a nap, but I got a lot of shit to do. Peace.
So you heard what Jela had to say. Now, the way that the show was edited, Jela didn't seem rude or dismissive to me. I had no problem with her at all. Actually, in my opinion, Bree was the one who came across really aggressive to me. She seemed to want to run up on everybody, and she seemed like she had something to prove. It was just really weird to watch. I thought maybe she was acting like that because on the Baddies season 2, she was so boring. Her scenes were like watching paint dry. Of course, that is in my opinion. Just keep in mind that I have only seen Brie on Baddies South season 2. So what is she really like? And some of you guys might know this, that the whole Bad Girls Club is really new to me. The only person that I'm really familiar with from that franchise was Natalie Nunn. Anyway, what are your thoughts on what Jayla had to say? And for those of you that watched the first part of the Baddies South auditions, what were your thoughts on the show? I watched the show on Sunday, and personally, I didn't like the way the ladies were treated. And it just almost seemed like they had to get into some sort of altercation or something to get noticed, or they had to do something really shocking to get noticed. I don't know. I wasn't really impressed. But you know what? There's another episode coming. I think 2 more episodes coming. So I do hope that it gets better. Again, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any hot tea for me, message me on Instagram. I love you guys. Bye.